My name is Lisa, and I live with my husband Noah and our energetic, adorable daughter Madison. I'm a stay-at-home mom and I'm currently pregnant with our second child. Every day, Madison excitedly talks to the baby growing in my belly. Noah and I are always filled with warmth, watching her sweet interactions.
Hey, baby. Big sister Madison just had a snack. Mommy had some too, so that means the baby had some. It was yummy, right?
It was great that we could all enjoy it together.
The baby says the snack was delicious too.
When you're born, I'll share half of my snacks with you.
Just like that, Madison is quickly growing into the role of a kind, caring big sister. Thanks to her, our days have been peaceful and calm. Then, one day, when I went to pick Madison up from kindergarten, I ran into one of my mom friends, Manatsu.
Oh my gosh, Lisa, your belly's getting even bigger, isn't it?
Thanks. I think it's going to start hurting my back again soon.
Oh, but that's totally not important right now. My husband, he came home again with a whole bunch of brand name stuff.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's all such expensive stuff. I'm just like, what am I supposed to do with all this?
Oh, is that so? I wonder if Madison's ready to go home yet. Manatsu would always brag about how wealthy she was, trying to one-up me. It was definitely annoying, but since our kids were good friends, I tried to just ignore it and not let it bother me. A few months later, we ended up moving to a new apartment in a high-rise building.
Whoa, Daddy? I can see so far from here.
Whoa, Madison. Don't go out on the balcony. Stop pulling me.
Why not? I can't see the view if I don't go outside.
No. You need to listen to what Daddy says.
I'm just looking outside.
Both of you, hurry up and finish unpacking. We absolutely loved our beautiful new apartment. The view from the windows was fantastic, and the nighttime scenery was so romantic. A few days after we moved in, as usual, I took Madison out for some shopping.
Mommy, let me carry that bag. I'll hold it for you.
What? But it's heavy.
It's okay. Pregnant ladies aren't supposed to carry heavy stuff, right? So, I'll carry it for you instead.
Madison, thank you so much. Mommy is so happy. Little Madison, with her small body, tried her best to help me carry the bags. In her own way, she was trying to take care of me during my pregnancy. Seeing Madison's growing kindness touched my heart, and I almost teared up. Soon, we arrived back at our high-rise building and were waiting for the elevator when...
Well, isn't that Lisa? What are you doing around here?
Manatsu. Hi there. Actually, we just moved in recently.
Oh my, is this a friend from kindergarten? Nice to meet you. I'm Yasuko, Manatsu's mother-in-law.
Nice to meet you, I'm Lisa, and this is my daughter, Madison.
Oh, I see. So, which floor did you move to?
We live on the 5th floor. It's our first time living so high up, and the view is beautiful.
As soon as Madison answered, Manatsu and Yasuko.
Did you hear that, mother-in-law? The 5th floor. Can you believe it? Such a ridiculously low floor.
Oh my, yes, just the 5th floor. How plain.
But it's actually a lovely apartment, even on the 5th floor.
Sure, it might seem nice to poor people, but for us living on the 38th floor, it's practically like living on the 1st.
Well, I suppose.
More importantly, we high-floor residents, the real elites, use the elevator frequently. So could you, someone from just the 5th floor, please use the stairs?
Oh, but I'm pregnant right now, and Madison is still so young.
You know, the elevator can get really crowded because of low-floor commoners like you. Have you ever thought about how frustrating that is for us?
That feeling when the elevator just takes forever to come. It's so aggravating.
But the elevator is a shared space for everyone.
Excuse me. Is a 5th floor resident actually talking back? How arrogant. You're only living on the 5th floor because that's all your budget could afford.
People who can only afford low floors shouldn't be walking on the same floors as us elites.
That's not.
Pregnant or not, it doesn't matter.
In any case, low-floor people like you are just an eyesore. So hurry up and disappear.
In the end, I couldn't use the elevator, so I had to carry everything up the stairs. Of all days, this was the one time I bought more than usual. But thanks to Madison's help, we managed to get everything to the apartment. When I told Noah what happened, he exploded with anger in a way that shocked both Madison and me. However, this incident sparked a plan that we decided to move forward with. A few weeks later, I was talking with someone when
What on earth is going on? Why? Why does our apartment say sold?
Wait, what? Hey, aren't you Lisa's husband? What's the meaning of this notice? Are you seriously trying to mess with us over something this trivial?
Oh, actually, he's not my husband. This is the owner of the building.
Lisa, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Owner, you say? He's obviously your husband, Lisa.
I apologize for the confusion. Yes, I am the owner of this building. Oh, and by the way, Lisa's husband is my twin brother.
Oh my goodness. So Lisa's husband is the twin brother of the owner.
Well, even if he's your twin, he's still just a low-income guy, right?
What are you talking about? Noah actually makes more money than I do.
No way. Then why on earth is he living on a lowly 5th floor?
Noah has a fear of heights. The 5th floor is about the highest he can handle. When we first moved in, Madison asked him to look at the view from the balcony, but she just tugged on his shirt a little, and he freaked out.
Yeah, Dad was like, scary. He's such a baby, right?
Well, it is really scary. But, hey, I've gotten better, haven't I?
Wait, so he's the real husband? That wing thing is for real?
You really didn't believe us.
There's no way this dull man makes more money than the owner. It's impossible.
Dull man. Impossible. So that's how it is. I'm impossible? Haha.
Manatsu and Yasuko continued to say whatever they pleased, even in front of Noah. Noah started to feel down from their incredibly rude remarks when
That's not true. Sure, my dad might look like he's not that strong, but he works a lot harder than anyone else.
Madison.
My dad is super cool. It's you mean old ladies who are the real problem, always talking so rudely about people.
I agree with Madison. You both seem to have this selfish hierarchy in your heads, but when you take away the celebrity status you always brag about, what's really left?
What the hell? What are you trying to say?
First of all, you shouldn't judge people based on appearances. You may not realize it, but Noah is extremely capable.
Oh, really? Well, good for him.
Enough of that. Explain what's going on with this notice.
Oh, that's easy to explain. We've decided that we can no longer allow people like you to stay here.
What do you mean?
Do you really think you can just do this without warning? You won't get away with it.
I heard all about it. You two created your own set of rules for this building, and you forced those rules on the other residents, trying to control them.
Yeah. They've even been holding secret meetings. Lisa and I went to one the other day.
They were saying ridiculous things, like how people on the lower floors can't use the shared spaces. We all pay the same management fees, yet they act like they own the place. It's absurd.
And what's wrong with that?
Of course the upper floors should take priority. That's only natural.
Enough nonsense. Because of you two, so many people have left over the past few years. To put it bluntly, your behavior is damaging our business.
In fact, Manatsu and Yasuko's selfish rules had caused several residents to move out. The building had a great location and excellent facilities. It should have been an ideal place to live, so why did so many people keep leaving? Shinya, the owner, had been investigating the cause for some time. Now that Shinya was ready to evict Manatsu and Yasuko, they...
Oh, come on. Calling it disrupting business is such an exaggeration.
Exactly. Like my mother-in-law said, how can you be sure it's even our fault?
I'm currently confirming with the people who moved out. So far, nearly all of them gave the same reason. They said they couldn't tolerate the rules you two made up.
What? Are you saying everyone really said that?
Of course, we have recordings to prove it. There's no way we can let people like you keep living here.
Still, don't you think you're taking things too far, doing this without permission?
We have families, you know. Doing something like this is really inconvenient for us.
There's no problem. My father and I already gave our approval.
That's right. We've been aware of your behavior for a while now.
Wait, Kensuke, father-in-law too, why?
When did you discuss this?
Yasuko, once again, you've caused trouble and inconvenienced others. I told you many times not to cause any more problems.
Dear, this isn't really trouble, it's just...
Shut up. Stop acting all high and mighty over such nonsense.
And Manatsu, I heard you made Lisa, who's pregnant, and little Madison walk up the stairs to the 5th floor by telling them not to use the elevator. That's completely unacceptable. What if something had happened? How would you have taken responsibility?
As we were talking, Manatsu's husband Kensuke and her father-in-law Toshihiko arrived. It seemed this wasn't the first time Manatsu and Yasuko had caused trouble with the other residents.
What's the big deal if the 5th floor is considered low? People have the right to live wherever they want.
Exactly. You made such a fuss when we moved in about wanting a higher floor, but you didn't do it just to pull something like this, did you?
No, that's not it. I mean, oh right. Lisa's pregnant, isn't she? It's actually better for pregnant women to get exercise, you know, so I thought.
Making her climb the stairs to the 5th floor is way worse for her health.
You know, that day, Mommy and I were carrying a lot of bags.
What? Is that true?
Yeah. Mommy kept rubbing her belly and taking breaks as we went up the stairs. And that night, her legs got a little swollen, so we went to the hospital the next day.
Manatsu, Mom, what the hell were you thinking?
Didn't you feel anything after hearing what little Madison just said?
Well, I didn't know that. Lisa could have just used the elevator if she wanted, you know?
Didn't you say it didn't matter if I was pregnant, that I was an eyesore and should disappear?
Yeah, and they said Mommy and I weren't allowed to walk on the same floor as them.
Did they really say that to you?
Yep. It made me feel really bad.
Hey, how could you say something like that to my wife and daughter?
Well, it was just something I said off the top of my head at the time.
Exactly. We didn't mean anything by it. No bad intentions at all.
Shut up. I've had enough. I've lost all patience with both you and Mom.
You fools! Saying something without thinking is the worst thing you could have done.
Manatsu and Yasuko kept making desperate excuses. However, Kensuke and his father, Toshihiko, had clearly had enough and were furious.
Come on. Isn't that a bit harsh? It's so frustrating having to wait for the elevator all the time.
Then why don't you just take the stairs yourself?
I can't do something that difficult.
You let Lisa do it, and now you're complaining. Do you have any idea how hard it is for a pregnant woman to climb 5 flights of stairs? Both you and Manatsu have been pregnant before, so you should understand better than anyone.
Well, that's true, but
But look, Lisa seems perfectly fine now, so can't we just let it go?
You've got some nerve, don't you?
Unbelievably selfish and insensitive. That's the only way to describe this.
you're making it sound like my mother-in-law and I are terrible people.
That's it. I'm done, Manatsu. I'm divorcing you.
And me too. I never thought I'd go through a divorce at my age.
Wait, are you serious about the divorce?
Honey, you're just saying that because you're angry, right? Right?
It looks like they're completely serious to me.
You've upset them this much, and you still don't get it.
Yay, it's over for you two.
Manatsu and Yasuko had just been hit with divorce from their husbands. Suddenly, all of their confidence from earlier seemed to vanish completely.
Wait, Lisa. I'll apologize for what happened back then. So please tell them to reconsider the divorce. I'm really sorry.
And why should I have to say anything?
Come on, you and Manatsu are mom friends, right? Can't you just help her out a bit?
Is that how you ask someone for a favor? You're unbelievably shameless.
You've made so many people leave, and on top of that, you put Lisa through all of this.
Just because you live in a higher apartment doesn't make you better. All you've been doing is acting like bullies.
Madison, I'm so sorry. I was wrong.
Lisa, I apologize too. Please forgive what happened back then.
You made my daughter and my unborn baby feel anxious. I will never forgive you.
I'm truly sorry. Please, Kensuke and father-in-law, forgive me too.
Enough! You're pretending to apologize to Lisa, but all you care about is yourself.
This is a good opportunity for both of you to rethink your lives.
Yeah. And when we say reaping, we don't mean go off and enjoy your second life.
Divorce would be a disaster for me. Please, Lisa, everyone, forgive us.
No forgiveness. Now pack up and move out immediately.
No, Lisa, I'm really sorry. I'll never say anything stupid again.
It's too late. Think about the people who moved out because of you.
Wait, hold on.
Goodbye to mean people.
Exactly. You'll spend the rest of your life reflecting and regretting this.
And don't be a problem for the next place you move to. By now.
After our conversation, both Manatsu and Yasuko were divorced by their husbands. Kensuke and Toshihiko moved to a nearby apartment, gaining custody of their son Shota, and started their new life as a family of 3 men. Since Shota stayed in the same kindergarten, he continued to play with Madison just as before. Meanwhile, Manatsu and Yasuko, having lost both their home and family, began searching for a new place to live and new jobs. However, no matter how hard they looked, they couldn't find any jobs that matched their expectations. Even when they compromised and went to interviews, they were repeatedly rejected. Eventually, they lost the motivation to continue job hunting, and rumor has it that Manatsu and Yasuko have quietly taken to living outdoors, seemingly trying to escape from everything. As for us,
Uncle, why is Daddy afraid of heights?
You know, even I don't know the reason for that.
Noah, do you remember any event that made you afraid of heights?
I have no idea. I just realized one day that I was afraid of them. Maybe something happened in a past life.
You might remember if we go out to the balcony together, Daddy.
No. Anything but that.
Come on, let's go. It'll be fine.
Oh, you terrifying child.
Daddy, you're making such a funny face.
With Manatsu and Yasuko gone, peace returned to the high-rise. Shinya seemed relieved, and it looked like there would be no negative impact on the management of the building. I was truly grateful that all the troublesome matters were resolved before the baby's birth, and now I could look forward to it without any worries. Madison, as always, was eagerly waiting to meet the baby. In just a few more months, our family would grow to 4. And when that happens, I'll make sure to shower both of my children with endless love and raise them to be happy. I made this promise to myself, feeling grateful from the bottom of my heart for the chance to spend another day with my precious family. My name is Lisa, and I work at a certain company as a full-time employee. After my hard work was recognized, I was promoted to a supervisor role in my current department. Some of my subordinates are older than me, but I'm really grateful that we can all work together in a friendly, open environment without worrying about age differences. Thanks to this great work atmosphere, I'm able to enjoy a fulfilling professional life. In my personal life, I'm currently living with my boyfriend, Noah.
So, I thought it was about time to hang out with the new recruits, so I went to lunch with them. When they saw the menu with cold ramen, suddenly everyone was in the mood to eat it.
And then what?
Without even realizing it, I was blowing on my cold ramen like it was hot while I was eating. At first, everyone was holding in their laughter, but eventually they just burst out laughing.
Oh. I remember you did the same thing once when you were eating cold soba noodles.
Man, that was seriously embarrassing.
This is Noah, my boyfriend whom I live with. Thanks to Noah's kind and funny personality, my everyday life has been filled with joy. Then one day, I got a call from my parents saying that my younger brother, Takayasu, had passed his university entrance exams. I decided to return home for the first time in a while to give him a congratulatory gift.
Oh my, if it isn't Lisa, it's been quite a while, hasn't it?
I heard from you that Takayasu passed his university entrance exams, so I thought I'd come by.
You're not here just to freeload a meal, are you?
I didn't make any extra food, you know. Coming empty-handed like this. How thoughtless.
Sorry about that. Actually, I didn't go to high school. After graduating from middle school, I started working right away. The reason why I didn't continue my education was...
Oh my goodness, dear. Look at this, Takayasu got another perfect score.
Wow, that's amazing. Hasn't he gotten perfect scores on all of this exam's tests?
Takayasu, you're incredible. You always review and prepare so well.
It's because you helped me with the parts one didn't understand, sis.
No. You were able to solve all the problems in the end because you worked really hard, Takayasu.
Thank you, sis. That makes me really happy.
My younger brother, Takayasu, had always been an exceptionally talented kid, excelling in both academics and sports since elementary school. At first, my parents treated us both equally, but as time passed, they began doting on Takayasu more and more. At my parents' request, I didn't go to high school and started working right after middle school. That's the reason why I became a middle school graduate. As I reminisced about this while talking with my parents.
Oh, sis, you're here? Didn't even notice you, you're so easy to miss. So, what brings you here today?
Now that you mention it, why did you come?
If you're not here for anything important, you should head back. Don't you have work tomorrow?
Takayasu, this is for you. Congratulations on getting into university. I came to give you a gift to celebrate.
What's this? An envelope. It's not a bookstore gift card inside, is it?
With that, Takayasu and my parents immediately looked inside the envelope. Then all three of them glanced at me, and with a sneer, they laughed through their noses.
What the hell, sis? Only 150,000 yen as a congratulatory gift? That's like a kid's allowance.
Only 150,000 yen? That's a lot of money.
Lisa, don't get ahead of yourself with such a measly amount, okay?
I'm not getting ahead of myself. You're the ones calling it a kid's allowance.
Oh my, Lisa, you just don't get it, do you? Takayasu is so incredibly smart that he got special admission into the university.
Exactly. The world is a lot bigger than you think, Lisa. So, spare change from a middle school graduate like you. No one's gonna be grateful for that. It's not even needed.
You don't have to say it like that.
You deserve to hear it, though, sis. And what's with the monthly 150,000 yen allowance, too? Do you think we want to put up with you acting like the big sister with that kind of money?
Totally. Since you keep sending it every month, we're forced to accept it. But really, we don't need it.
Exactly. You should be the one feeling grateful, Lisa. But you just don't get it, do you?
You're saying I should be thankful, but you're the one who told me to send money every month.
Jeez, you're so annoying. You're always so damn argumentative, sis.
Why are you saying that too, Takayasu?
Ugh, seriously. If you have so many complaints, then just stop sending the money already.
That's right. That sounds like a great idea.
And while you're at it, cut ties with this family completely.
Wait, what?
If you get it, then hurry up and get out of here. Talking to someone living a hard-mode life like yours is gonna make me dumber.
You are not family anymore, got it?
It's embarrassing to be seen with you by the neighbors, so get out of here already.
After they said all that, I cut ties with Takayasu and my parents and left the house for good. From that point on, I stopped sending them any money and started using it for myself, enjoying shopping and life in general. A few months later, I suddenly got a call from Takayasu.
Hey, sis. I need a favor.
Who is this? I don't have a brother.
Now's not the time to be saying that. I need you to start sending money again.
Huh? Why should I start that up again?
Well, Dad lost his job, even though he'd always been working so seriously. We're drowning in debt, and I can't pay for my university fees anymore.
Well, after getting caught cheating with all those women, of course he'd lose his job. I'm glad it happened at a company that has some common sense.
What? How do you know about Dad's affairs?
Oh, one time, I happened to witness him in the middle of one of his little escapades. So, I did some digging and sent photos to the husband of the woman he was cheating with.
You've got to be kidding. So Dad losing his job is all your fault. You've completely screwed us over, so take responsibility and start sending money again.
I refuse.
What? You don't have the right to say no.
Don't make decisions for me, okay? I've already cut ties with the family. Whatever situation you're in has nothing to do with me, so don't contact me so casually.
If you got time to act all high and mighty, get to an ATM already, you low-income loser.
Okay, whatever. Well, since you clearly don't have anything else to say, I'm hanging up now.
Wait. Hold on. Now I'm getting really pissed off. Come meet me at that cafe near the department store. In the private room, got it?
With that, Takayasu hung up the phone. Annoyed but having no other choice, I headed to the cafe. When I walked into the private room, just like he said.
Lisa, I heard from Takayasu what on earth is going on.
Is it true that you're the one who exposed my affair?
Oh wow. Mom and Dad are here too, huh?
Of course. You've ruined our lives, you know.
That's right. No matter what, we're going to make sure you restart sending us money.
You may have been living carefree, but thanks to you, we're all suffering over here.
No way. I absolutely will never send you any more money.
If your parents tell you to send money, you do it. Be a dutiful daughter.
We're not family anymore, so I don't need to be a dutiful daughter to you. And honestly, I don't deserve to be scolded like this. The fact that you ended up with so much debt is all Mom's fault, anyway.
Wait, did you just say it's Mom's fault?
What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, didn't you know? While I was investigating Dad's affairs, I discovered that Mom was also cheating and spending loads of money on her lover.
What? Is that true?
There's no way I'd ever cheat. I'm not like your father. Lisa, you are making up such nonsense.
But when I was digging into Dad's affairs, lo and behold, what a surprise. I found out about your affair too, Mom. Isn't that just shocking?
Wait, Mom. Is what Lisa's saying true?
Explain yourself right now.
That's gotta be some kind of mistake, right? Oh, maybe it was my doppelganger.
Mom was trying to cover it up without showing how panicked she was. But no matter how many lies she told, I had the evidence. Even if it was a doppelganger who looked exactly like you, they wouldn't come home to the same house, would they? Mom, you lied about your age, saying you were 35, and had an affair with a single guy in his 20s. Then his mother found out, and you had to pay compensation, didn't you?
Wait, Mom claimed to be 35 and was with a guy in his 20s.
And did you just say compensation?
And since Dad lost his job around that time, that's why you're short on money now.
You cheating. I can't believe it.
It's Lisa's fault. I only did it because I was stressed from not having money after she stopped sending it.
Don't blame your affair on me. This is all your own doing.
I'm not at fault. I wasn't the one chasing after someone like Mom did.
Oh, you've got some nerve. You gave out so many gifts. No one would even look at you if you didn't throw things at them.
Would you two stop acting like idiots and fighting all the time? Hey, sis. I worked really hard and got into a prestigious university. So, please pay for my tuition and rent for my apartment. I'm begging you.
Wow, you only come crying to me when it's convenient for you. You say you worked hard, but you were really just putting all your effort into making cheat sheets, weren't you? I've heard that making those can be a form of studying, but it didn't work out so well for you, did it?
What the hell? I didn't do anything like that.
Lisa, no matter what's going on now, Takeyasu worked hard on his studies.
Exactly. He stayed up late every night studying.
But I found a sheet of paper with all kinds of answers written on it in Takeyasu's uniform pocket.
Shut up. That's still a form of effort.
Enough already. What the hell is wrong with this family? This is pathetic.
While Takeyasu and my parents were engaged in their ugly argument, someone unexpected arrived. That someone was.
Who the hell are you?
This is my boyfriend, Noah.
Sis, you have a boyfriend.
Oh, maybe it would click better if I said, the CEO of KST Corporation. Noah and I are engaged.
Lisa's life is supposed to be some hard mode punishment, right? I mean, I'm a CEO, but marrying me would be a punishment.
Wait, Lisa, you're engaged to the CEO of KST Corporation.
KST is a huge company. Why didn't you tell us that sooner?
Why would I need to tell you? We're not family anymore.
Wow, it's impressive to hear someone call 150,000 yen a kid's allowance. If I had 150,000 yen, I'd be excited thinking about what to spend it on, but I'd probably just save it because it'd be too precious to spend right away.
Hey, sis, don't just cut ties with us like that. You're engaged, which means you're practically married, right? So your fiancé is rich, and you guys must have plenty of money, right? Your life is probably super easy now, so how about sending us some money every month? That shouldn't be too much to ask, right?
Oh wow, Lisa's brother really was raised well by his parents, wasn't he? It's almost impressive how openly scummy you are. It's like you've embraced it fully.
You, as the CEO of a company like that, you must have more money than you know what to do with, right?
Exactly. We're in a really tough spot right now, you know. Since you're marrying Lisa, how about giving us, say, 1 billion yen as a dowry?
So hypothetically, if I were to become part of your family, would you give me 1 billion yen in return? I mean, you're asking me for that, so you must be able to do the same, right?
Well, that's...
Noah's words made my father a little defensive. However, now that they knew the person I was marrying was very wealthy.
Well, whether or not we can do that is beside the point.
Stop talking nonsense. Sure, it's great if your son is smart and gets into a good university, but so what? That doesn't mean you get to favor one kid over the other and treat them differently. That's just wrong.
Shut up. We have our own way of raising our kids.
Your way of raising kids? You've just been doing whatever you wanted.
But living up to your parents' expectations is part of being a good child. So what's the problem?
That's not the point. Lisa is honest, kind, and works incredibly hard. So why do you only shower him with praise while ignoring all the great things about Lisa?
We praised her when it was deserved.
Exactly. We gave her plenty of praise when it was due.
I don't remember that at all. Are you sure you're not confusing me with someone else's kid?
Oh, for heaven's sake. You might be the CEO of a big company, but you're getting awfully cocky. And you're not married yet, right? If you keep acting like this, I won't let her marry you.
I don't need your permission.
I'm an adult now. I can marry whoever I want, without anyone's permission. And even more so, I certainly don't need permission from people who are complete strangers to me.
Oh my, when did you become so rebellious?
Looks like she's going through a delayed rebellious phase, huh?
She just really hates you all.
Oh, come on, no matter what, we're still family. She couldn't hate us that much.
This is a public place. If you keep making a scene, I'm going to call the police. 110. When Takayasu and my parents heard me mention calling 110, the police.
Please, no, anything but that. If anyone finds out, it'll be so humiliating.
Then go ahead and feel humiliated.
That would be a real problem. I'm already unemployed, and if the police get involved, it might affect my chances of getting a new job.
Do you honestly think you'll be able to get another job after going against me?
Brother-in-law, please, at least cover my university expenses. I'm begging you.
Wow, you're bold. I'm not giving you a single cent.
Please, don't say that. We're really in a tough spot right now.
You brought this on yourselves by getting into debt to pay off the settlement fees.
But my situation is different, right? I need money for tuition.
I already said I'm not giving you a dime.
Oh, come on. Please reconsider.
I'm begging you too. And while we're at it, can't you hire me at your company?
Lisa, please ask him for us. We're really desperate right now.
You should take care of your own mess.
Instead of begging, why don't you start looking for a job?
Exactly. No matter how much you plead with us, it's not going to extend your debt repayment deadlines.
Lisa, I'm not asking forever. Just help us out with some money for a limited time. Please, I'm begging you.
Not happening. I'll say it one last time. You are no longer my family.
Don't be so cold. We'll apologize for everything we've done. Just help us, please.
I don't need your empty apology. I don't need any of you. This is a permanent. Even after the conversation ended, Takayasu and my parents kept making a scene, and they were eventually taken away by the police. My parents were drowning in unmanageable debt, unable to keep up with repayments. Because of this, Takayasu had to quit the university he had just enrolled in and start working part-time. Both of my parents also took on multiple part-time jobs, but the debt was so large that it consumed their entire lives. If they had the 150,000 yen I used to send them each month, they might have been able to live, though with some sacrifices. But because of their careless words, they were left thinking if only we had done things differently back then. And so, Takayasu and my parents were left living a miserable existence, working every day just to pay off their debts. As for me...
So, next week, we're meeting my parents to officially introduce you as my fiancé.
Oh no. I'm already nervous. Do you think my education background will be okay?
It'll be fine. I'll vouch for you. My mom and dad are people who value ability, so don't worry. Plus, I'll be right there with you.
Thanks, Noah.
Oh, by the way, all the relatives are coming too, so we should think about what kind of gifts to bring.
What? That many people? You've got to be kidding. Noah and I have finally set the official date for our wedding and have started making all the necessary preparations. Next week, we're going to Noah's family home to formally introduce me as his fiancé, and all his relatives will be there. According to Noah, his relatives are all really close and often get together for fun family gatherings. I'm extremely nervous, but more than that, I'm excited about becoming part of such a happy and fun family. I'll be forever grateful to Noah for bringing so much joy and happiness into my life. Marrying such a kind person, maybe one day we'll even start a family of our own. With that hope in my heart, I want to cherish this happiness and do my best to make Noah just as happy as he has made me. My name is Lisa, and I'm a stay-at-home mom living with my husband Noah and our adorable daughter Madison, making us a happy family of 3. We spend every day full of fun and happiness, and Madison is at the age where she's very energetic and playful. Noah enjoys playing with Madison a lot, and they have lively conversations together, filling our home with joy.
So, Daddy and I had a race, and when we reached the finish line, Daddy squatted down and said, "I'm exhausted." And then a bunch of cats came over.
They were all rubbing up against me, and I had no idea what was happening.
Oh, that reminds me, last week when we went to the park, a dog came up to you while you were out walking, right?
That's so cool. I wish I could get cuddles from both cats and dogs too.
Just like that, Madison and Noah would always tell me what happened whenever they played at the park. It was always fun, so I looked forward to hearing their stories. But one day...
Hello, Lisa. Where are you right now?
Huh? Where? I'm at home, but did something happen?
I told you to come over and pull the weeds in our yard. Why haven't you come?
Well, today is the parent-teacher meeting at the daycare, so...
Then you should have come straight to our house afterward, right? Honestly, all you ever do is make excuses.
I thought I mentioned I couldn't make it today. My mother-in-law would often call me out of the blue like this and nag about various things. The truth is, I was always troubled by how she kept trying to make me do chores and errands around their house. It got so frequent that I eventually talked to Noah about it, and...
I'm really sorry. I had a firm talk with my mom about it.
Thank you. I'm sorry for causing trouble.
No, not at all. I should have been more aware. I'm sorry. But this should calm things down a bit, so let me know if it happens again.
Thank you so much. After I talked to Noah about his mother, he immediately called her and gave her a firm warning. I thought I could finally relax. But that sense of relief didn't last long, as her behavior didn't change at all. Realizing we couldn't go on like this, we came up with a plan. A little while later.
What? You are going on a hot spring trip instead of helping us around the house? That's outrageous. You should just send Noah and Madison by themselves.
This trip is with families of my close friends from Madison's preschool. So I really can't help you this time.
What are you talking about? I'm hosting a tea party with a bunch of friends.
I understand, but we made this commitment first. We've postponed this trip a few times because of bad timing, so skipping it isn't really an option.
I don't care about any of that, and for the record, as the daughter-in-law, you don't get to say no to me.
My mother-in-law called me again, insisting that I help her prepare for one of her regular tea parties. When I refused, she hung up the phone as if to say there was no room for argument. Then came the day of the trip. As expected, my mother-in-law called, and...
Lisa, what are you doing? Hurry up and come over. You're going to make me late for the preparations. Honestly, you're always so carefree.
Mother-in-law? I did tell you that I'm going on a trip with my friends and their families today, right?
Yes, I know that. But you're not going on that trip anyway. So just hurry up and come over to help with the tea party.
Not going on the trip. Why do you say that? It's a beautiful day outside. The forecast says the weather will be nice all week, too.
It's not about the weather. I'm saying you won't be able to use your car to go on the trip.
Huh? What do you mean, we can't use the car?
Oh, I parked my car right smack in front of your driveway. It's blocking your car, so there's no way you can leave.
Wait, you parked in front of our driveway?
Yep. Now there's no chance of you going on that trip. I have to say it's a brilliant idea if I do say so myself.
Wah. You blocked our driveway.
That's right. Noah and Madison can just take the train or something, no problem. But you, Lisa, you can't just leave the car sitting there, can you?
Well, I guess we can't get the car out, but we have to return my parents' company car too, and we've been renting it more frequently, though.
Anyway, it's way too early for you to be going on fancy trips. It's too indulgent. You should stay home and do chores for the rest of your life. Now hurry up and come help me, okay?
My mother-in-law, looking quite pleased with herself, smugly ordered me to come help her. Completely fed up with her attitude, I decided it was time to set her straight and teach her a little reality. Mother-in-law? I understand you parked your car right in the middle of the driveway. But I'm already at the hotel, so I won't be able to come over.
What? You're already at the hotel. You didn't use the car? Dick. How sneaky of you. Fine. If that's how you're going to be, then I've got a plan of my own.
A plan? What do you mean?
I'm not moving my car, no matter what. That way, your parents' company car won't be usable either.
Mother-in-law, about that.
Oh, it's no use begging me to move it now. I'm going to leave it parked right there out of sheer spite.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I'm not really worried.
What? What do you mean by that?
I got a call from my parents saying they don't need the car right now.
Oh, but that doesn't change the fact that your car is stuck. Even after the weekend, you won't be able to use it. Are you saying you're still not worried?
No, not at all. We can still use the car just fine. In fact, we drove it here to the hotel.
What? How is that possible? I know for a fact I parked right in front of your house.
The house you're talking about is the one on 3rd Street, right?
That's right. I made sure to get there before you even woke up so I could block you.
Well, thank you for the effort, but we don't live there anymore.
What? Lisa, explain this to me right now.
That house belonged to Noah's boss, who was stationed overseas. We were just living there as a company rental. Since his boss returned, we moved far away. It turns out that the house my mother-in-law thought was ours actually belonged to Noah's boss. Completely unaware of this, my mother-in-law.
Wait a minute. Don't mess with me. If that house isn't yours, then that means I parked there illegally.
I guess that's what it means.
This is all your fault. What are you going to do about it?
I didn't do anything, though. You made that decision on your own, didn't you? So, even if you try to blame me, I really don't know what to say.
Don't just shrug it off.
But I really had no idea, so you'll have to take care of it yourself.
Wait, it's quite a distance from here, so I can't just...
Everyone's waiting for me, so I'm going to hang up now. Please handle the car situation on your own.
Hey, wait, Lisa.
After hanging up, I told Noah about the phone conversation with his mother. She tried calling several more times, but of course, I ignored her. Since we had nothing to worry about, we enjoyed our trip that day. The next day, after returning home from the trip.
Mom, what are you doing here?
Noah, you're finally back. Please, help me out here.
Help with what?
I'm the victim in all of this. I was completely trapped by Lisa's sneaky plan.
If you're talking about that incident, it was all you're doing, so it's not a trap or anything like that. I mean, just look at how you've treated and talked to Lisa all this time, it's obvious. It's clear that Lisa had nothing to do with it, and it's all because of your own actions.
Wait a minute, Lisa. You must have filled Noah's head with your lies, didn't you? What a terrible daughter-in-law you are. Unbelievable.
Mother-in-law. I didn't fill his head with anything. You're just being paranoid.
Eck. Paranoid. How rude. I'm only telling the truth. And besides, if you had moved out of that house, you should have told me first.
Fuck, Mom. Enough. What do you actually want me to do?
Listen, the police called me. The neighbors of that house have been calling them, demanding I move the car immediately.
So, just move the car. Problem solved.
I did move it. But then the homeowners came out and they were furious. They said, we'll be visiting you later with our lawyer. How terrible is that?
Yeah. I can see why they'd do that.
What? Don't you think it's awful to threaten me with a lawyer?
I don't think it's awful at all, honestly.
Lisa, be quiet. I'm talking to Noah right now.
So, basically, you want me to talk to the homeowner, who happens to be my boss, to fix this?
Exactly. I'm in such a terrible bind.
No way. This is all your fault, Mom.
My mother-in-law pleaded with Noah to do something, but he immediately refused. It seemed like she thought that if she cried to him, Noah would fix everything for her.
Why are you refusing? Your own mother is in trouble.
Don't be ridiculous. You brought this on yourself. You didn't just cause trouble for my boss, but also for the neighbors.
But I never thought it would turn out like this.
That road also serves as a private path for the house behind it. By parking there, you didn't just block Noah's boss, you also trapped people who need to get their cars in and out.
How was I supposed to know that?
What kind of attitude is that? Mom, do you even realize what you did? If there was an emergency, vehicles wouldn't have been able to pass. And if something happened because of that, what would you have done?
I didn't think about things like that.
Are you serious? If something had gone wrong, how would you take responsibility?
Well, I wouldn't be able to take responsibility for something like that.
That's exactly why they think you're acting maliciously and are bringing in a lawyer. You've created a situation where that's the only option left.
But all I wanted to do was stop Lisa from going on her trip. I didn't mean for things to get this bad, so there's no need to be so angry.
Mom, why are you always so harsh with Lisa? And just so you know, my boss's mother is the head coordinator of your alma mater's alumni association.
What? The head coordinator of the Alumni Association?
I wonder what people will think when they find out that someone causing this much trouble is in such a high position. Especially when they realize that person is you, mother-in-law. Noah's boss's mother was actually the head coordinator of an alumni association with hundreds of thousands of members.
Lisa, why didn't you tell me something so important?
We never really had a chance to talk about Noah's boss.
No, I mean the fact that you were living in your boss's house.
We explained all of that when we moved into the house.
Did you? Well, I can't remember something from years ago.
It's not that you forgot. You probably just weren't paying attention.
Maybe, who knows?
Mother-in-law, there's no point in digging that up if you don't remember, but Noah's boss's mother was absolutely furious, you know? Oh, and it's possible that the members of your tea group already know about this.
What did you say?
Well, considering how influential she is as the head coordinator, she's bound to have a lot of connections. And if she's already consulting a lawyer, she's probably mentioned it to others.
Yeah, I can see that. She's probably told people something like, "Can you believe what happened to me?" by now.
That would be a disaster. But when you really think about it, this is all Lisa's fault, isn't it? But since Lisa's just a stay-at-home wife with no influence on your boss, she's really useless here. So, Noah, how about you step in and talk to your boss for me?
If I talk to my boss, it'd only be to apologize. I don't see any reason to defend you when you're clearly in the wrong.
So you're just going to let me suffer, Noah?
I didn't say that, but this is all your fault, and honestly, I'm really disappointed in you.
Disappointed? What do you mean?
I didn't think you were someone with no sense of common decency or ability to reflect on your actions.
Noah was so fed up with his mother's careless remarks that, for once, he got really angry. It seemed Noah had finally had enough of his mother's reckless behavior.
Mom, you know what? Just keep acting like that if you want.
What do you mean acting like that? I'm just asking for help because I'm in trouble, that's all.
Mother-in-law, the one who caused this whole mess is you. I just wish you'd take some responsibility for it. But you don't think you did anything wrong, do you?
Of course I don't. I didn't know that road was private. Besides, nothing bad happened, so it's fine, isn't it?
Are you seriously saying that?
Obviously. If I didn't do anything wrong, I should stand my ground.
That's it. I'm done. Mom, I'm cutting you off for good.
Cutting me off? Noah, don't be so dramatic. All you have to do is talk to your boss a little and it'll be over, right?
If that's what you think, why don't you go and tell him yourself that you're my mother?
But since the lawyer's getting involved, I thought I couldn't handle it alone. That's why I'm asking for your help, Noah.
No. As of this moment, you're no longer my family. You're just a stranger. I'm serious about cutting ties. Don't rely on me or Lisa ever again. Now get out.
Oh, Daddy's really mad, Grandma. You should go home. Daddy always says people who can't say sorry are no good, right?
Hearing Madison's words, my mother-in-law suddenly realized the gravity of her situation.
Wait, please, Noah. Don't say you're cutting ties with me. Please don't cut me off.
I've had enough. I don't want anything to do with such a careless mother anymore.
Lisa, please tell Noah not to cut me off.
I refuse. I'm Noah's wife, and I respect his decision.
But the lawyer's coming. What am I supposed to do on my own? Noah, please help me. I'm begging you.
I said no. Handle it yourself.
Fine, I'll go apologize. Lisa, come with me, please.
No way. You tried to ruin my trip and cause trouble for my parents too.
I'll apologize for that too. I swear I'll never do anything like that again.
I don't believe a word you say anymore.
Please believe me. I'm truly sorry for everything.
It's too late. Now, please just leave.
Bye-bye, Grandma. Take care.
Although my mother-in-law repeatedly apologized, Noah never forgave her. Word of the incident spread to our relatives, who all cut ties with her as well. On top of that, not only did the Alumni Association members turn their backs on her, but her friends also began to look at her with disdain. It turned out that one of the neighbors she inconvenienced was a friend of a local acquaintance, causing the story to spread even further. Now, my mother-in-law was whispered about and gossiped behind her back, making her feel increasingly isolated. Gradually, she found it harder to leave the house and eventually became a recluse. Losing all her connections with the neighbors and the Alumni Association, she now lived a miserable life, constantly anxious and paranoid about what others thought of her. As for us.
So anyway, my boss gave us a gift box of sweets, so let's do again.
They've always been so kind, even when we lived in their house. What a wonderful couple.
He said, I probably gave you both a fright, but honestly, we're the ones who should be apologizing.
Well then, let's enjoy the gift.
Madison, where did you learn to say that?
Because whenever we get food, Daddy always says that.
Oh, I guess I do say that a lot. All right, just like Madison said, let's enjoy the treat.
Okay. I'll go grab some drinks. Noah's boss was always considerate of us. He was a great person, well respected and trusted within the company. But the fact that he would go out of his way to do these things for us was undeniable proof that Noah, too, was a trusted and valued employee. Realizing this made me respect Noah even more from the bottom of my heart. As I reflected on all of this, I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude as I watched the two of them laughing happily together today, feeling truly blessed. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.